Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the second unit of CS2, and the name of this unit is Logic Gates and Sequential Circuits. So students, in the last unit, in the first unit of CS2, we have studied about different types of materials that we use to design different types of circuits. So now in this unit we have to study about the logic gates and sequential circuits. So what are logic gates and why we are studying these logic gates, and what are sequential circuits. So this is the second unit of CS2. So let's start with this unit. So what is logic gate? Logic gates are the basic building blocks of any of the digital system. So as we are studying digital system, and as you can say that whatever devices or whatever electronic devices you see around yourself, they must comprise by making some of the logics. So every device operates on some of the logics. So logic gates are the basic building blocks of any of the digital system. So it is an electronic circuit which have more than one input but only one output. So logic gates, in case of logic gates, we can provide multiple inputs but we always get only one single output. The relationship between the input and output is based on a certain logic. So we have to study all these logics, that how the output depends on the input, because it all depends upon the logic of the circuit. So whenever we see multiple devices, or even we can say many of the practical devices that we see in physics as well as in CS, so these devices are we can make these devices by making use of different types of logics. So we have different categories of gates in this topic. So we have to study all these basic gates, what are the names of the gates and what is the function of every gate. So let's start with the very first gate, AND gate. So what is AND gate? AND gate is an electronic circuit that gives a high output only if one of the input is high. If all its input, the AND gate gives output high only if both the inputs are high. Otherwise, it will give the output as 0. So this is the symbol of AND gate, and this is the truth table of AND gate. So students, you have already studied this part in the practical session of CS1 and CS2 practicals. Ma'am has covered this topic in the CS2 practical, so you can also go through that part. So AND gate is, it will give output high only if both the inputs are high, otherwise false. Next is OR gate. OR gate gives the high output if one of the input is high. So the OR gate is an electronic circuit that gives a high output if one or more of its inputs are high. Plus symbol is used to show the OR operation. This is the symbol, and this is the truth table of OR gate. Next is NOT gate. NOT gate is used to produce complement of the input. So NOT gate is an electronic circuit that produces an inverted output. So if the input is 0, you will get output as 1. This is the symbol of NOT gate, and this is the truth table of NOT gate. Next is NAND gate. NAND gate is, you can say, this is inverse of AND gate. So this is a NOT AND gate, which is equals to AND gate followed by a NOT gate. So it always produces the reverse output as of AND gate. So we can simply design NAND gate by using AND gate, and we can reverse the output of AND gate. So this is the logic and truth table of NAND gate. NOR gate, again NOR gate is a complement of OR gate. So this is a NOT OR gate, which is equal to OR gate followed by a NOT gate. So we can simply produce NOR gate by just complementing the output of the OR gate. So students, here I want to tell you one more thing, that NAND and NOR gates are called as universal gates. Why these are known as universal gates? Because we can design any other gate from these two gates. So this is the reason why NAND and NOR gates are known as universal gates. Next gate is XOR gate, exclusive OR gate. This gate gives high output only if one of the input is high, otherwise it gives false output. So exclusive OR gate is a circuit which gives a high output if either but not both of its inputs are high. So this is the symbol and the truth table of XOR gate. Next is XNOR gate. XNOR gate is the complement of XOR gate. So we can simply produce XNOR gate by complementing the output of the XOR gate. So another definition of XNOR gate is it will give high output only if both the inputs are same. Next topic, with this students we have finished all the gates. So we have studied the very basic gates: AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate. Next is NAND gate and NOR gate. We can simply produce NAND and NOR by just complementing the AND and OR. And after that we have studied XOR and XNOR. Next topic of this unit is De Morgan's theorem. Now what is De Morgan's theorem? This is a very huge topic, but in your syllabus there is just a definition of De Morgan's theorem. So I will not go into that part. That is how we can solve the expressions by using these types of theorems. So multiple theorems are available in computer science, and we mostly make use of these theorems in machine learning and artificial intelligence to solve the expressions. But in your syllabus you just have to know the definition of the De Morgan's theorem. So the definition of the De Morgan theorem is: De Morgan theorem states that complementing the result of ORing variables together is equivalent to ANDing the complements of individual variable. So the meaning of this is, if we perform complement operation of any two variables which have AND operation, so it will give the result as in OR operation, and it will be equivalent to individual complements. So it will inverse the whole of the operation, and it will make individual individual inverters or individual complements of individual variable. So look at the example. I have taken an example. The first example is A B bar. So it is equivalent to A bar plus B bar. So this is how the result of ORing variables is equivalent to ANDing the complement. So we can also see another example: A plus B complement is equivalent to A complement into B complement. So the first definition is applicable to the second expression, that ORing variables is equivalent to ANDing the complements of individual variables. So this is De Morgan's theorem. So you just have to remember the definition of De Morgan, that if we perform complement of AND operation, it will give the output as an OR operation by performing complementing of individual variables. So that is De Morgan theorem. Next topic of this unit is adder. Now what is adder? Adder is used to add the bits. So adder is a digital logic circuit in electronics which is extremely used or extensively used for the addition of numbers. So we may mostly make use of adder to perform addition of numbers. So in many computers and other types of processors, adders are even used to calculate addresses and related activities, and it is also used to calculate tables, indices in the ALU, and even it is also utilized in the other parts of the processor. So nowadays in the modern computer, adder reside in the ALU part of the computer. So by default, they provide adder. Now we have two types of adder: half adder and full adder. Again, this topic is covered in your practical session. So because this topic is in your practical part, what is half adder and full adder, you have to perform practical of half adder and full adder. So whenever you will perform practical on the half adder or full adder kit, you will get the two outputs as in the form of sum and carry. So half adder circuit is a circuit which is used to perform addition of two inputs A and B, which add two input digits and it generates carry. And some look at the diagram, there are two inputs A and B and the output is sum and carry. So you will get two outputs, sum and carry. This is the truth table of half adder and this is the symbol of half adder. Again, this part is covered in your practical session, so you can also check that video. Next is full adder. What is full adder? Full adder is a circuit which is used to perform addition of 3 bits. So if we have to perform addition of 3 bits, we can make use of full adder. It also generates two types of outputs. One is sum and one is carry. Again, half adder also produce two outputs, sum and carry. Similarly, full adder also perform two outputs or also produce two outputs, sum and carry. Now this is the truth table of full adder. Again, this part is already covered in your practical session, so you can go through that videos also. So after the adder, the next topic of this unit is subtractor. Now what is subtractor? As we have studied adder, adder is used to perform addition of bits. Similarly, we have one more category, that is subtractor. Subtractor is used to perform subtraction of bits. So in the subtractor, we again have two categories, half subtractor and full subtractor. So half subtractor again is a combinational circuit which is used to perform subtraction of 2 bits, whereas full subtractor is a combinational circuit which is used to perform subtraction of 3 bits. So that's all for today. So in today's lecture, we have studied about different types of gates. What are gates? What is universal gate, and what type of gates are known as universal gates. So NAND and NOR gates are the gates. We call it as universal gates because we can design any of the gate from NAND and NOR gate. After that, we have studied De Morgan's theorem and then adder and subtractor. So in the adder, we have two categories, half adder and full adder, whereas in the subtractor, again we have two categories, half subtractor and full subtractor. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we will start with the next topic of this unit. And students must go through practical videos because your practical part is covered in the practical videos of CS2. So must go through CS1 and CS2 practical videos. So that's all for today.